At a Philadelphia rally, Vice President Kamala Harris introduced Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate and highlighted his history of LGBTQ advocacy. At the DNC, so much highlighted his incredible diversity, including stories about 1999 as a teacher and a football coach. Walz supported the school's first gay-straight alliance, making it a safe place for everybody. Jacob Reitan, a gay student at the time, praises Walz for fostering inclusivity and opposing bullying. Walz's advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights continues as he encourages equality and a better path forward for America. Watch this.
Schools are microcosms of society, and in many cases, it's your last opportunity to share that socioeconomically, racially, and across the board. I had students come to me who were concerned that there was an uptick in some bullying towards our gay and lesbian students. And this is in the mid-90s. They asked if I would be interested in helping start a gay-straight alliance group. My answer was absolutely. And I recognized my responsibility in that. You have an older, white, straight, married male football coach who's deeply concerned that these students are treated fairly and that there's no bullying. And the idea that my players would be interested in coming to that and learn and to speak, to create a culture in a school that was welcoming, open, and understanding was something Gwen and I always strove for. Much the same way that as the senior enlisted soldier in Congress, when it came time to repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell, my job was to go and convince a dozen or so Republicans that this was the right thing to do. We did that, and I'm very proud of those 15 who joined us.
This is done.
We have transgender troops serving honorably right now, decorated warriors, and they see their commander-in-chief belittle them. Brave Americans who wish to serve this nation should be allowed to do so, should be respected, and certainly should never expect to have an attack on their basic patriotisms or their basic humanity come from the White House. It's our pledge here to make sure that doesn't happen. I certainly didn't serve 24 years to watch a fellow veteran be belittled for doing their job, and I will stand in that breach every day. Lots of people are making promises about a progressive agenda. Peggy Flanagan and I are the only team for governor and lieutenant governor who can actually deliver on those progressive promises. And we can because we've done it in the past.
Tim Walz helped LGBTQ+ students. What are we all talking about?
We're talking about that plaid shirt. Like, I bet he's like owned that for like the last 30 years.
You know what I was
but
thinking?
That's what, like, you know what I mean?
What I was thinking about that plaid shirt was like, you know, you had me because you were dressed like a lesbian. So I was like all about it. You had the plaid shirt and the haircut. I was like, I'm in.
Let's build a shelf.
Let's build a shelf. Let's take out the IKEA instructions right now.
Look at him. But like, look at him. It's just like, you can talk to this guy. Like,
yeah.
Who do you think is going to listen to you when you talk to them? Who's going to remember your name?
Yeah.
Like, who's going to remember, oh, you're John Smith. Even if your name is John Smith, he's going to remember your name is John Smith. Like, that's the guy and for this non-typical guy another white cisgendered senior.
Yes.
Building a gay straight alliance and his, like, having the sort of like the mental capacity to be open to something like that.
Well, and to think of others before yourselves.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's why I don't understand why teachers get paid what they get paid and all the shit that they have to go through. Because, I mean, think about it. There's so much toxic masculinity when it comes to football, right? At whatever age.
Of course,
and he is a football coach, right? Talking to these football players saying, you know, gay straight alliance is exactly that. Is gay people and straight people coming together for the greater good, right? Allies and gay people alike. And so I could just imagine him talking to his football athletes, just, you know, being against bullying, like all these things that we're still fighting for now, Alex, you know?
You think like these varsity jocks in Minnesota. Right. Are like, you think about what they should be stereotypically and what they're being taught not to be, you know, not to be. And like, it's amazing, you know, it's just
when I saw the pic, you know, again, you know, Kamala Harris announced her running mate a few weeks ago, and we're talking about it now because I didn't want to let that go, right? Like, I'm so excited about this team. I'm voting for them. I am blessed that I get to say on my show who I endorse and who I like, right? A lot of people that work for media aren't allowed to just voice who they really are voting for. You know, I've got really good friends that work at networks that unfortunately they can't post about who they want to vote for, blah, blah, blah. That's not the case for me. I'm voting for Kamala all the way, right? You know, you're not going to stop me. So,
I wonder who you're voting for.
Kamala! You know, but so like when she announced him and I saw his picture, I was like, ugh, okay, white guy, right? I knew she wasn't going to pick Pete Buttigieg because we weren't ready for that yet. I knew we weren't ready, you know?
Right.
But when I saw his face, I was like,
though.
I know.
He's coming.
He's coming.
He's coming.
Okay, and we didn't, and I was happy that she didn't choose him because it's not the right time for him.
No.
Right?
No.
But then this guy talks. Like he talks and he's likable and he's knowledgeable and he's doing things and you know,
creates policy to like feed kids lunch. Like and like people are like, I mean, how can you be a bad person?
How can you be a bad person? They were calling him the tampon boy because he was giving tampons, right? He was allowing girls in high school access to tampons for free.
Yeah.
Like, how is that a bad thing? Men don't usually think about us, okay? That's the truth. You know? I mean, so, you know, the bad mouthing, there's not a lot to bad mouth him on. You know,
Kamala Harris was like asking one of the Supreme Court judges regarding abortion, right? She was saying, so I see that there's policy being created for women. When was the last time there was policy created for men's bodies? And he just looks at her like, whoa. But these are the people that like these, you know, you need her to ask a question like that.
Yes.
You know, you need this guy. It's such a good match because I think his energy is like really high and like just he gets the crowd going and it's like he's talking to people like there's like thousands of people in that stadium and it's like you're in his living room and he's talking to you. You know what I mean?
You know, when have you so like personally I have told you folks before that I didn't get into politics or knowing anything about politics until Trump wanted us all, right? And that's when I was like, okay, I need to start knowing what the hell, you know, is going on around me, right? But I've never sat and watched a whole week of DNC.
Oh my God.
Like that was me. I was like, oh my God, who's coming up today? We didn't get Beyonce. I was a bit upset about that. But we got everything else from Kerry Washington to Prince music to John Legend to just, you know, I mean, Michelle Obama and Obama. And when he did the hand thing.
That was clever.
But he did it so very je ne sais quoi. Like he just did it in such a way that like you didn't get the dick joke,
Trump
but you got the dick joke.
They're being so nasty to me. Trump's like, they're being so nasty. They're being so nasty. Everybody's telling me not to be nasty, but they're being so nasty to me. Shut up. Just talk about something. Like say something that is valid. You know, all the guy does is like bitch and complain about how people mistreat him. You're like the president. They're gonna pummel you.
And he's the biggest bully in life, Alex. So it's just that he doesn't have a lot of substance to go, oh, she's an awful person. She's going to ruin everything. That's all he can say about Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala, what does he call her? Comrade? Calls her Comrade Kamala. Right? Comrade Kamala, like, you know, Sleepy Joe Biden, whatever.
He has names
like,
for everybody.
Yeah, but like all of a sudden you're picking on me. Like, you just want to like, God, I don't understand. Like, it's like Trump and forgive me, we're not allowed to say, but Trump and radioactive cockroaches. It's just sort of like, they will always be here. They're
Seriously,
never, it's
just
like,
go away.
Go away.
Go away, radioactive cockroaches, and take Trump with you.
He's gonna lose the election, knock on wood, and he's gonna try to run again at 86. That would be so awesome. Can you imagine?
Listen. Somebody, I can't remember what comedian said it because I'm not going to take it as my own joke like most comedians do, right? But a comedian had said, you know, the country is gonna leave Trump for a younger woman. You know, something that he's been doing for years and years.
Oh my God.
You know?
Where's Melania? Where are his children? Where is anybody in his family? Nobody's
hiding. Where are all the celebrities that have always gone out for him? Nobody.
Who spoke?
Nobody.
Who spoke at his who are the celebrities that spoke? I can't think of.
For him, just the ex guy.
Like Ted Nugent, who was it?
No, Elon Musk has spoken to him. J.K. Rowling, all the people that I dislike.
Yeah.
That's it.
I wonder what Elon Musk's priorities are in being and having Donald Trump be his, but look, that's not going to make me pay taxes. No. That's all he cares about.
No, that's it. Oh God.